What's going on, America? This is Kevin in Kevin's Corner, and I just got done watching a press conference with the president talking about Syria, and I'm going to tell you, I feel the president's anger. I'm completely upset at the announcement of the FBI raiding his personal attorney. And see, this is where they've gone too far. I can tell in the president's voice, and I feel the way he feels. I mean, we've been tolerating this witch hunt now for the last year and some change with no evidence. And the president pointed out some very key points about how corrupt this witch hunt is. First of all, somebody needs to step in. My man, Jeff Sessions, you know, he has a lot to do with this, because by recusing himself, he did put somebody who directly is involved with the whole investigation in power. Here's a guy who has something to lose, Rob Rosenstein. This guy, he signed off on the fake, phony Russia dossier. And for him to now be over the whole investigation, where he has let Mueller off the leash to just run wild wherever he wants to, is ridiculous. It's a big conflict of interest, and we as a country have way more problems to deal with than the sore butt of the Democratic Party, who lost and can't live with it, and now using this whole fake Russia collusion story to run interference and to try to disrupt the presidency, disrupt progress. He's now making a decision on what we should do about Syria, which is a very, very serious decision, because it impacts our relationship with Russia. All types of stuff can jump off from this, and yet it's almost as if they picked a specific time to do something stupid like raid his personal lawyer right now during a serious crisis. Something serious, not something stupid like this Russia collusion mess with no evidence. None whatsoever. And they are doing America a disservice. At one point, you know, I was a little hesitant to say that President Trump should fire Mueller. He should fire Rosenstein, because it'd be a media frenzy and so on and so forth. But at this point, you know what? I think any practical American will support the president in this decision, because they have obviously gone way too far. And he has tolerated them long enough to where he's shown that, hey, there's no real reason to fire him at this point, because they're not finding anything. But now they're doing stuff real dirty. It's almost like they're trying to tempt him to fire him so they can try to get him for some more stuff concerning him trying to interfere with the investigation, obstruction of justice, something like that. They're trying to provoke him. Notice the last couple months, they all been like, is he going to fire? Is he going to fire Mueller? That's what they really want him to do. But there comes that point where firing him is justifiable when it comes down to them just letting this man run all over the place. And I don't know for the world, for the life of me, why President Trump would even sit down and talk to Robert Mueller when it is obvious that he is looking for some type of bullcrap crime, trying to get him in a lie, trying to trap him in some type of conflict, where it comes down to, well, yeah, well, I didn't know you talked to them about that. I might have got this date wrong. Oh, so you're lying now? That's what you're doing? Okay, so we're going to get you now for perjury. All types of little stupid games that they're playing to justify this whole witch hunt and to come up with some concocted evidence. And I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely sick and tired of it. This is gone too far. It's now to the point where I feel like they are tampering with the whole democracy of the United States. You know, the Democrats are always talking about, this is a democratic crisis. This is a crisis on our nation. This right here is a crisis. Do they know what would happen if they continue to come up with fake evidence, push this whole narrative, and do something underhanded to try to get the president out, when all of his supporters and voters, and even some that didn't support him, know that this is nothing but political and a part of a real corrupt justice system trying to cover their butts, cover their tracks, don't want to give the information and all of the other evidence that they need to give to Congress concerning why they started the Russia investigation in the first place. They are masters in trying to cover this up, and I think they pushed the president over the edge today with this. And they pushed me over the edge. Normally, I'm just jovial. I like to laugh during my videos, but I'm upset. I really am upset about this. And if anybody got any suggestions on how we raise enough awareness of our disappointment in this whole campaign, this whole election, this whole investigation process. I don't know if we need to write our senators or our congressmen or whoever, but somebody needs to hear the voice of the people and how disgusted. See, the problem with us as conservatives, we've been relatively quiet as far as making noise, as far as protesting, as far as putting the pressure on any of them by, you know, raising saying we're just not that type, you know. Republicans and conservatives, we like, man, I'm not going to waste my time out there going off and protesting and using my Saturday up on something ridiculous. But this is no longer ridiculous. If there's ever a time where people need to speak out or protest or vocalize how they feel about how they've been handling this thing over a year now and nothing, this is the time to do it. And so I don't know about you, but I'm upset about it. I really am. As if it almost took me, it almost took it personal. I felt like they invaded somebody I know. Like, what? They just broke into my boy's house and took his what? He ain't even got nothing to do with this. You know, and they're going too far. They really are. So we need to keep an eye on this one. And we need to let somebody know how we feel about it. You listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. I'm going to be talking about this Wednesday night on my radio blog talk show. But if anybody got any suggestions on what we can do to put the pressure on this whole stupid investigation and vocalize how a majority of conservatives feel about this, let me know. I'm telling you, put something together, I will be there to speak. Give me the mic. I'll let somebody have it concerning this garbage. Anyway, God bless you. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Twitter. And if you want to support Kevin's Corner, there's links in the bottom. See you next time, Kevin's Corner.